Hi everybody, this is Ospreyeye from MyChartCoach.com, and we're going to take a look at 6 of the hottest plays today. These are 6 ticker symbols that had big moves either during the trading day, regular market session, or after hours. First up today is XTNT. Okay, really nice move today, closed up 30%. RSI and okay, so RSI here is at 69, so it's hitting the 70 overbought zone. If you look back here on the previous run, it has pushed higher above 70 on RSI. Down here you've got Fasto at 65. As Fasto pulled back from overbought levels, the long upper wick on today's candle lowered Fasto. So there is more room to run. There was a bullish crossover on ADX with plus DI crossing ADX to the upside. That's a signal the chart's heating up. And so there was this move today on some FDA news, and basically the stock ran up towards the next target, which is the 300-day simple moving average at 1.004. That's going to be the next big level to break. There are 3 high close resistance levels that are in the way, and so it's got to get through this 82.5 and 85 level. If it can do that, then you have 95 up here, this high close. And if you get past 95, then Dollarland will be back on deck. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a Dollarland test, and then we'd like to see a close above this blue line here, and that would signal more upside potential. Fail to break resistance, 300-day simple moving average resistance, and the share price could pull back. Notice that it's currently in the bottom, bounced off the bottom of this uptrending channel. So it's about in the middle of the channel, and if you look at the top of the channel, that's lining up with the 300-day simple moving average and this high close back here. And so there was a PSAR bull flip. Candles are forming above the middle Bollinger Band. This is a nice uptrend. The close today was above the upper Bollinger Band. If the candles do work back into the bands, you want to see EMA 4 at 70 hold for the to show that the chart is still strong. As long as the middle Bollinger Band is holding, the uptrend is still intact. If you look here, there's a giant volume spike today. So there's really big volume behind the move, and the share price was able to close above 80. That acted as a key resistance level intraday, and so the charts are signaling more upside potential. It just needs to follow through tomorrow. The MACD bull crosses on both time frames, on the 12, 26, and 9, and the 8, 13, and 5, are both signaling the potential start of a new uptrend. So so very nice move for XTNT. We're looking for a 300-day simple moving average test and a potential close above. Okay, let's look at CEI. Okay, this stock had been heating up, and then it finally just busted out today. RSI is at 65, so still room to run until overbought levels. If you look here, RSI closed at its highest level in quite some time, so the chart is really heating up. You've got Fasto down here at 91, now above 80 and in the overbought power zone. A clear breakout here on ADX with plus DI, pulling away with and ADX hooking up. This is all signaling that the bulls are in control. If you look down here, the candles have been riding above the middle Bollinger Band, and then they broke above the 50-day simple moving average, the green line currently at 0.238, and we were looking for that level to turn into support. It held, and the middle Bollinger Band held at 0.228. Those are the 2 big support levels on a pullback. So you basically want to see the 23, 24 level hold, and then it finally broke above the high close horizontal resistance level today, which was this high close here in July. The first trading day in July closed above that level, so that's signaling more upside potential, and that's putting this 100-day simple moving average at 0.387 on deck. Now we're looking for that level to be tested tomorrow. If there's a close above, then and that level turns into support, then you could be looking at some serious upside. The 200-day simple moving average is all the way up here at 92. So if tomorrow, big implications if it can turn the 100-day simple moving average into support. So and notice there was big volume behind the move. The action was really heating up into the close, and CEI closed on very heavy volume, heavy buying into the close with nearly 6 million shares traded. If you look here, there was a bullish crossover on the AD or on MACD 8, 13, and 5. So yeah, so the chart's looking good here. It just needs to hold support and test that 100-day simple moving average. A close above is going to be the bullish signal that there's more upside potential. Okay, now for the big winner today, YUMA. Yeah, the Yuma Energy is, they've been kind of going down the line, and they've been, each day they've been running an energy stock or two, the energy penny stock, a thinly traded one like Yuma. The average daily volume here is very low. Notice the volume traded that traded prior to this move today. So yeah, it took all this time to work its way all the way down to the bottom, and then at least it erased a couple of months of losses on very thin volume today on the giant bounce. Okay, so there was a PSAR bull flip. If you look down here at 77, the dots flip below the candles. Notice how the green dots here, this is the parabolic SAR. SAR stands for stop and reverse. When the dots are above the candles, that's signaling downtrend, and then when the dots flip below the candles, that's signaling the start of a possible new uptrend. And so yeah, the close today was above the middle Bollinger Band, and then we put out alerts saying that we wanted to see a close above the 50-day simple moving average, and then it actually ended up breaking above that level, and then it kept running. And it ran all the way above the 100-day simple moving average at 198, and it did not slow down into the close. It had a little pullback from high of day, but this stock was super strong into the close. And so the close above 198 and the 100-day simple moving average is putting the 200-day simple moving average at 279 on deck. That's going to be the next big level to break. If you do see a pullback tomorrow, you want to see the share price stay above the 100-day simple moving average. If it drops below, you can see the 50-day simple moving average tested. This was a parabolic move here. We'll see if it can get a multi-day run going. The one risk of holding a stock that's up 200% overnight is that you do risk the gap down open the following day. So yeah, when a stock is running super hard like this and it's pushing into the close, you want to see that momentum continue in after hours trading. You don't want to see it start losing steam and pulling back, because that could signal a potential gap down open the next day. So yeah, so Yuma, we're looking for a test of the 200-day simple moving average tomorrow, and if it closes above, it could keep moving. If it hits resistance, look for a potential pullback to that 100-day simple moving average. And then yeah, if you look here, there was crossovers on MACD on both time frames. So yeah, the chart, a parabolic move, very, very sweet. Congrats to everyone that was trading that today. Okay, let's look at VNCE. This made a really nice move today. Congrats to everybody that caught the last video. This is we'll see here, it made the move above the 50-day simple moving average down here, and that was the big thing that we had been looking for quite some time, was to break out of this consolidation pattern. Notice there was a descending triangle pattern had formed, and then there was a close above that level, and then you had a close above the 50-day simple moving average on Friday. That was the bull signal that the chart was really heating up, and then it was nice to see follow through today. So yeah, not all of these closes above the 50-day simple moving average have been following through lately, but it's really nice when they do, and this is signaling more upside potential. Also notice that the red descending resistance line broke as well, so you want to see that level turn into support. You want to see, if you're a bull, you want to see the candles continue riding EMA 4 support higher, and our next target's going to be the 100-day simple moving average at 102. So dollar lands the next big level. Notice that's lined up with this gap back here, so that's lined up with the bottom of the gap. So the bottom of the gap and the 100-day simple moving average will be big resistance levels to break. If they do, you could potentially see a gap fill. A run up to 130 would fill the gap. Keep in mind that the bottom of the gap level is always a tough resistance level to break. is along with the dollar level as well. That's always a big level in Pennyland. Once the share price breaks above that, you want to see that level turn into support. Okay, very nice multi-day run. Notice there was a giant volume spike today, so volume is increasing. On a pullback, you want to see that 50-day simple moving average hold. Okay, let's look at CDNA. Okay, this had a really nice move today as well. It's been on a multi-day run. It's above 80 on RSI. Fasto is in the 50 to 80 bull zone because it had the pullback with the long upper wick. Bull cross on 80X. The bullish move today was the close above the 100-day simple moving average, currently at 137. And so we want to see that level hold and turn into support. If it does, the next big target is going to be this 200-day simple moving average. Notice the share price closed right at this key support level from back here in March. And so, yeah, this was a big, it turned into resistance. There was a pullback, and then there was support, and then, this 160 level turned into resistance, and once it failed to break that level, the share price really dropped hard. So now you've got this move back up to the 160 level, and if you notice, there was a big drop prior to that, and so there's not much resistance between 160 and up here at $2, 210, and so this is going to be a huge level to break. If it can close above 160, then you could see that run up to the 200-day simple moving average. Failed to break 160, and then you could see a pullback, some consolidation like it consolidated in the past at this level, and you can see the 100-day simple moving average tested. Okay, so this is a really strong uptrend. There was a big volume spike today. Notice the huge volume behind the move. The long upper wick does show profit taking. Prior long upper wicks were followed by in bullish big volume spike, big white candle with a long upper wick was followed by a red candle. So we'll see if that pattern continues and a red candle forms tomorrow. Notice today's candle did form well above the upper Bollinger Band. So many times the candles like to work their way back into the bands. Bulls, the EMA 4 is lining up with the 100-day simple moving average. So this 134, 137 is going to be a huge support level to hold. Okay, and then finally, let's take a look at ARNA. Okay, this stock was down during the regular session today, down 5%. This is actually a weekly chart. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because there was some after hours news that got ARNA moving, and it's currently up here at this red line. It closed at 25.99, basically 26 in after hours trading. So you notice that during the regular session it closed way down here at 18.39. So there's going to be a big gap up open. Now this is a weekly chart, so this isn't going to show a gap. This is going to show the weekly candle. If there is an open at 26, this is going to turn into a big white candle and a push up here to 26 level. Notice that was resistance back here in 2015, back here in August and September. That acted as support, this 26 level, and so now it could act as resistance. 28, you want to see a break through 28. If that happens, then you're talking about the 200-day or the 200-week simple moving average at 33.72. That will be the next big level to break on the weekly chart. There's going to be a big gap up open, more than likely, with the huge 36% gain in after hours trading today. There should be a big gap open on the daily chart, and so this is going to be breaking out hard on the daily chart. It's going to be hitting a 52-week high, and so when that happens, we like to use the weekly chart to find resistance. And so basically it's going to be this 26 to 29 level, 28, 29. That's going to be the huge resistance level to break. If it can get through that, and then you got some resistance here at 30, right below 30, then you're talking about a run up here to the 200-week simple moving average. Now notice that this channel has been broken. There was this downtrending channel, a multi-year channel that had been going sideways downward, and finally broke back in June with the close above a couple of weeks ago, and then last week there was a close above the 100-week moving average. And so basically 2 weeks ago, there was the close above the 50-week moving average of this green line, and that was a major bull signal, and also a close above descending resistance in this very strong channel. And so that was the clue the chart was heating up. And then you had the close above the 100-week moving average last week that was signaling more upside potential. And then boom, you have the good news today. So when you get a weekly chart that really heats up with the 50 candle starting to form above the 50-week moving average, and then if they get above the 100, that's a sign of a very strong uptrend and a signal that this stock is good for a swing trade. Okay, congrats to everybody that's been traded these winners today. If you'd like to know more about charts and technical analysis, please check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com. Thank you.